What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I read you those latest cryptocurrency news articles to keep you informed on what's going on. And yeah, I was doing the Trump dance because a statue was erected out in front of the U.S. Capitol earlier today. I'll cover that news article as well as some altcoin news today. But Bitcoin is being spotted all over the world right now. We have Bitcoin House of Satoshi spotted in Zurich, Switzerland. So yeah, Switzerland, seeing Bitcoin logos on the House of Satoshi. What do they do there? I don't know, but that Bitcoin logo is spreading. Where else are we spotting Bitcoin? Well, it looks like the Bitcoin logo was spotted on a tram in Milan, Italy. So Bitcoin is happening everywhere all over the world right now. And let's see, what other quick little tidbits around here? Well, this has to do with Bitcoin, but if you didn't know, the US dollar has lost over 10% of its value this year. Might as well opt out with Bitcoin. That's why I hold it, and a lot of other reasons too. But no, as I was saying too, it's being spotted everywhere. A golden statue of President Trump pops up in Washington, D.C. holding a Bitcoin logo. So this was pretty cool. I was wondering who put this up there, and it's like, how long was it there for? It looks like it was a short amount of time. But let's go through this article to hear about this 12-foot golden statue of Bitcoin, of President Donald Trump holding the Bitcoin logo. So meme coiners have erected a 12-foot golden Trump Bitcoin statue near U.S. Capitol. Live streamers on Pump.Fun have placed a golden statue of Donald Trump holding a Bitcoin outside the U.S. Capitol as part of a meme coin stunt. Now, meme coiners plonked a giant golden statue of President Donald Trump holding a Bitcoin outside of the U.S. Capitol as part of a Pump.Fun live stream stunt on Wednesday as an ode to the crypto-supporting president. The statue was placed just opposite of the Union Square in Washington, D.C., on the National Mall that leads up to Capitol Hill, which is also roughly a mile from the White House. Now, a website for the stunt said it was a tribute to Trump's unwavering commitment to advancing the future of finance through Bitcoin and decentralized technologies. Now, the statue's unveiling coincided with the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates yesterday for the first time in a year, and it was only by 25 basis points, typically seen as bullish for risky assets like crypto, as it lowers the cost of borrowing money. Now, Trump embraced crypto in his presidential run, leading the industry to massively bankroll his campaign. The president and his family have deepened their financial interest in crypto while in office, sparking conflict of interest and concerns as Trump has unwound regulatory oversight of the sector. Now, organizers tout that Trump's pro-crypto stance. Hakeem Zagdoudi, one of the organizers of the statue, told ABC 7 News in D.C. that it was designed to ignite conversation about the future of government-issued currency and is a symbol of the intersection between modern politics and financial innovation. Here's another image of the statue of Trump on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Now, this is a statement. This is to show everybody that without the president, we could never have had this massive adoption of Bitcoin or of cryptocurrencies. Of all of these big institutions buying Bitcoin, Zagdoudi told DC News Now, it shows that the future, and this is our thank you, our statement to the president, he added. However, some could also argue that Bitcoin has been in a bull market since at least late 2023, starting in the Biden administration, as hype surrounding of the regulatory approval and the eventual launch of a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund pushed the crypto higher as it became more easily available to institutional investors. Now, the statue is made of foam tied to Pump.Fun's meme coin. The organizers of the stunt, most of whom are anonymous, also created a meme coin on Pump.Fun, where they created several live streams aiming to boost the token. Now, one organizer said that during the live stream on Tuesday that the statue was made from extremely hard foam to make it light and manageable to handle. Post on the organizer's X account showed a machine carving the head of the statue and multiple people carrying the statue into place. And now they got little videos of it, so bringing the heart in real life. That is a giant foam head right there. Let's watch that video really fast. Let's see, can we get to it? So it takes us to X. Here we go. Okay, so this is the machine that they were using to trim the head of Donald Trump. So, okay, technology, right? Robot hands. We have technology of robots even building houses with 3D printers. That's pretty cool of how this is coming in real life. Just we see how it takes place. But the organizer said on the stream that the statue is 12 feet tall or 3.6 meters, and he hoped Trump would walk out there and see it, seemingly unaware that the president is currently visiting the UK. So shucks, that timing was so close. But National Mall, famed for its statue protests, the Golden Trump statue is at least the third statue to appear on the National Mall this year in reference to Trump, but seemingly the first in support of the president. In June, an 8-foot, 2.4-meter tall statue, dubbed Dictator Approved, appeared on the strip depicting a giant golden hand giving a thumbs up and crushing the crown of the Statue of Liberty. It was in protest of Trump's highly criticized military parade days earlier. And that was this one right here, The Art of Protest. AFP's Mandel Nigan photographs the Dictator Approved statue. Statue depicts a large golden hand with a thumb. So there was protesters, but this was the golden statue holding a Bitcoin, that's the first one, where at least it's pro-crypto. But later that same month, a gold television adorned with a bald eagle appeared, showing a video of Trump dancing with a convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein, amid his administration and controversial U-turn on releasing more of the so-called Epstein files. So there was at least 2 protester statues that were placed in front of the mall, but this one is the third one at least. So it's a hot spot to place some statues and some propaganda? No, I guess so. But no, I thought this was still cool, and it is a site. This is an honor to Trump, and it's like what he's done. Like, sure, you can argue that, what was it? That the Biden administration, that's when Bitcoin truly started pumping because of the ETFs. But did they really have that approval on that? I'm trying to remember when I was going through those articles. But no, so Bitcoin season has been kind of hitting since 2023. That was the bottom of it all. And then we've been seeing skyrocket since, the ETFs launch, which was a catalyst. We had the Bitcoin halving, which was another catalyst. And then just Trump getting sworn into office was another bullish catalyst for Bitcoin's price. So we've had 3 catalysts. And then yesterday with the Fed rate cut, that's another bullish sign. So it could be a sign for why we're seeing Bitcoin's price go up today. Because right now we're currently at 117,623. And a lot of altcoins are pumping too right now. So are we heading into alt season? We might be. So I'm definitely liking my portfolio back. So I have a couple of articles. I'll cover some coins that are pumping right now and what's going on in the space. But first up, why some altcoins may be pumping is the SEC approves its first U.S. multi-asset crypto ETP from Grayscale. So let's hear about this. So the SEC approved Grayscale's digital large cap fund, the first U.S. multi-asset crypto ETP offering exposure to Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Now, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approved the first multi-asset crypto exchange traded product in the United States, clearing Grayscale's digital large cap fund for listing. Now, the fund will offer exposure to 5 of the world's largest cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. The approval disclosed in a filing on Wednesday marks a milestone for the digital asset industry that follows the success of the U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds. Now, a multi-asset crypto ETP gives traditional investors an easier way to gain exposure to several cryptocurrencies without opening accounts on exchanges or purchasing the tokens directly. So it's giving people exposure to it, but it's not priced directly to the actual coin or token. And also, you're not in full control. It's like a stock. So all the stocks are just pieces of paper that get interchanged many, many times out there. So you're not really in full control of those stocks. Rather, if you just had the crypto and you had it in your own wallet, boom, you're in full control of that coin and whatever you want to do with it. But this does give exposure to people who just are not ready to be able to take control of their own finances again. So that's why we're getting these ETFs and ETPs out there. But the filing came amid a growing investor expectation for an altcoin season, a period seen in each bull market when altcoins outperform Bitcoin's price and momentum. Now, on August 15th, Coinbase predicted a full-scale altcoin season starting in September, citing historical chart patterns. And I believe this is that chart that they're showcasing it. So where is it? We got January. So this is basically September right here of 2024. When we look at 2023, there we go again. And so they're expecting it just because they're following charts and predictions. So again, charts don't always go exactly the way they do, but sometimes they do rhyme. I always like that saying. But we think current market conditions now suggest a potential shift towards a full-scale altcoin season as we approach September. Coinbase's Institutional's global head of research, David Duong, wrote in a monthly outlook. Now, Grayscale's crypto ETP approved under new SEC generic listing standards. The SEC approved Grayscale's product under the new generic listing standards meant to speed up reviews for spot crypto ETFs on exchanges, such as the NASDAQ, the NYCE ARCA, and CBOE BZX. Now, the decision means each application need not be assessed individually, speeding up the approval. Now, Grayscale's digital large cap fund, the GDLC, was just approved for trading along with a generic listing standard, said Grayscale CEO Peter Mintzberg in a Thursday X post, adding that the team is working to launch the product expeditiously. So the Grayscale team is working expeditiously to bring the first multi-hashtag crypto asset ETP to the market with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Now, Mintzberg also issued a thank you to the SEC Crypto Task Force for their unmatched efforts in bringing the regulatory clarity to our industry. And here is that post about that, talking about the Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund was approved. Do you thank him in this article? No, it wasn't that little Twitter post. But the SEC Crypto Task Force was established on January 21st by the acting SEC Chair, Mark Ulita, to develop a clear regulatory framework for crypto assets under the leadership of Commissioner Hester Pierce, often referred to as Crypto Mom, which is kind of cringe. I hear that a lot. It's like, why are we referring to her as the Crypto Mom? But this was reported by Cointelegraph at that time. But industry watchers saw the task force creation as a significant shift from the SEC's previous enforcement-heavy approach to the crypto industry under the leadership of its former chair, Gary Gensler. Now, under Gensler's leadership, the SEC initiated lawsuits against some of the biggest companies in the industry, including suing Ripple Labs in 2020, Terraform Labs in 2022, and cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken in 2023. Those cases cost the industry billions in legal fees. So that's what's been going on during Gensler's time there. But since he was kind of switched up, we've been getting a lot more changes and just better improvement going on in the crypto space out there. But yeah, so we're probably going to be seeing a lot more ETFs and ETPs out there because we have a faster process now. And this is a multi-asset one. So they just labeled at least the 4 big top coins out there. But what's to say that we can't do this for the smaller microcap coins, the altcoins out there that everyone's waiting for? So this is definitely a bullish sign for definitely an altcoin season. And again, with the altcoin season, we're kind of let's see, where's that one chart I have for us? Let's see. It showcases the flow of money. Oh, here we go. The path to an altcoin season. So here we see, there we go. So the path to the altcoin season. So yeah, we had the Bitcoin phase back in 2023, pretty much, that people were accumulating it. Money flows into Ethereum, but struggles to keep up. And Ethereum has been doing quite well. If we look at the price, it's at $4,600 right now. So it's been flowing into there as well. And then after that, money is trickling down to large caps. So we're in phase 3 right now of the large caps because we're seeing Cardano, XRP, even Binance had a top coin, just hit an all-time high today or yesterday as well. And then we reach alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical. We're seeing blow off tops, mid cap, low caps, and micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. So large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it seems that every coin is going parabolic regardless. So we're in phase 3 right now, and so alt season could be pretty bullish right now for this month of September. I'm looking at my portfolio right now with all my DEX coins, and it's going, oh man, this really feels do I put more in it? Do I double down on what I already have? So I don't know. I can't tell you guys what to do, but I'm just letting you know what I did. I bought a handful of decentralized exchange tokens just because my theory is that when alt season pumps and people want to acquire these coins, they're going to be using these DEXs out there because most altcoins aren't listed on your major exchanges like Coinbase, Binance. You got to go to the DeFi side to get them. So yeah, I threw money in DYDX, MinSwap, QuickSwap, Cake, which is doing quite well. That's the Binance coin. And I think I have 2 other decentralized exchange tokens I purchased. Just taking my chance out there. If they go to 0, I'm okay with that. But when you play in the altcoin space though, you got to assume you lost your money right then and there. Because again, it's when it goes, because these are very, very volatile, where they can go up or down very fast. So you just got to, whatever such scenario happens, I just say always in the back of your mind or just already assume you lost that money for what you put in. So that's what I did with my altcoins. I'm fine if they go to 0. I'm taking that chance on that. But again, that's my theory for why I'm doing it. I just feel like they will have a pump because, again, when you need altcoins, they'll be using those exchanges. But let's talk about Binance's surge to $1,000 and how one long-term holder actually turned $1,000 into $1 million basically today, because he bought way back in the 2017 early days of Binance when it was just $1 each. But a long-term BNB investor has achieved a 1,000-fold return as the cryptocurrency reached a new all-time high. Analysis at Look On Chain highlighted this development. So BNB just broke $1,000 today. Diamond Hand of OX8503, that's a wallet address, spent less than $1,000 to buy 999 BNB 8 years ago when the price was only $1. Now those 999 BNB are worth 1 million, a 1,000x return, just showcasing just like for long-term holding, like even when prices dip and everything. Like let's take a look at Binance's history. So he bought way back there and was just a long-term holder of it. And then it wasn't until, let's see, 2025. Let's see, we were at $900. And then let's see, where was the low part? So he's even been holding these past few years. Oh, wait, no, this is the day chart. Here's the long chart. So back in like 2018, here we go. 2017, Binance was like 99 cents right there. So he held for, let's see, that took about 2, 3, 4 years until it had its first major pump. Like sure, he had a 50x right here, but then yeah, after the 2020 bull run, that spiked the price up to 671, and then we were hovering for those last few years during the bear market around 200, 2000. Oh, so if you had some BNB during the 2023 year, then you would have had at least a 5x going on right there. But yeah, so this shows the long-term holding and just believing in a project if you just want to do it. But in 2017, the user purchased 999 BNB for $1,000 when each token was just approximately $1. And then on September 18th, the coin's price exceeded $1,000 for the first time, bringing the investment value to $1 million. One growth factor was the Federal Reserve's interest rate cut. The positive trend was also boosted by news that Binance is preparing to exit the U.S. regulatory oversight. According to Nansen, the investor continues to hold the cryptocurrency rather than cashing out. Now, this is a successful APX strategy. Researchers also reported that on a trader who turned $226,000 into $2.3 million with APX, they noted that the user bought 3.62 million tokens in 2023. So a 2-year hold just paid off, turning $226,000 into $2.03 million, which is a diamond hand, but that's a lot of money to risk. And like, which coin did he do it on? The APX token. I don't even know what that coin is, what it does. So like, to me, it would have been a gamble if I had the 226 because I didn't do your research. So again, guys, when you look at altcoins, always do your research behind it. Who's actually holding it? Who are the creators? How much of the tokens do they have? What is the token supply? What's the trading volume out there? What's the total value locked? So there's lots of information you want to look before just dumping in a coin. Like he did no research and put 200,000 in. That is a ballsy gamble, if I do say so myself. But no, he maybe did his research and then he definitely profited on that. But yeah, it just shows all that. But in the past 24 hours, the asset's price surged by over 540% at the time of writing. Its trading is 56 cents with a market cap of 243. Now, one user speculated that the investor who gained millions might be a member of the APX project team. The excitement around the coin began with the news of the launch of a decentralized exchange on Binance, or on the BNB chain, called Aster, who is supported by Binance founder Changpeng Zhao. And I do have an article covering Aster for like why it is popping out there. But according to the Wise Advice, the platform emerged from the merger of Asterisk and Apex Finance in late 2024. Now, Aster received backing from Binance venture arm, the Yeezy Labs, earlier this autumn, and the DEX announced the launch of the Aster token and an airdrop that would be released on September 17th. Now, APX holders can exchange their coins for new cryptocurrency. And back in mid-August, analysis at Look On Chain reported on an unknown trader who achieved a 55-fold return on their Ethereum investment. So, yeah, so Binance is pumping right now. What's its new second point? What did Ivan on text say? I think the next price target is like $1,180. So we'll see if it can reach that and hold that support level. And then if it does, we'll keep an eye on what will be the next lineup. But yeah, so that's what took place with Binance, and one lucky long-term holder definitely is going to take some profits off that. Well, I would hope so. But what else is going on? Yes, I was talking about the Aster token hype, and then CZ backed the crypto, and it exploded 400%. So yeah, the last article mentioned this token. So let's go through this article, hear a little bit more about it. Now, crypto Twitter is on fire today, and all eyes are on Aster, the token tied to the multi-chain decentralized exchange Aster, and it exploded in value just hours after it launched an airdrop. Now, traders and analysts are calling it a generational FOMO moment, but what's the hype all about? Let's dive on in. So, airdrop launch sparks the rally. So that's the first thing. Aster went live at 0.0089 cents, or just under a penny, and within hours it soared to 50 cents before settling near 45 cents. Usually airdrops trigger big sell-offs, but Aster defied this pattern. Now, the rally didn't stop there. On its first day, Aster surged a staggering 1,650%, generating over $310 million in trading volume. Now, the Aster DEX also saw its total value lock climb up to $1.005 billion, bringing in more than 330,000 new wallets in just a single day. Now, currently, the token trades around 59 cents, which is up 263% in the last 24 hours, with an all-time high of $1.27, and at the low, around 9-10 cents. Hiding the extreme volatility and strong early interest in projects. And this is what altcoin season can do. This shot up 1,650% on its first day. So 1,000x, that's basically a 10x for you. And so this is what we'll see when all season hits. All these altcoins, these microcap coins are just going to pump, and you'll be like, what do I do? And so you better be just paying attention, especially right now if you're in the altcoin space, because unless you're actually a trader, you have a stop loss going on where it'll trigger it. For me, I got to pay attention. I'm going to it's pumping. Do I want to switch it back into Bitcoin right now? Yes, I got to go do my entire trade because they're sitting on multiple different wallets. But CZ Binance had backed Aster. The rally got another boost when former Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao tweeted about Aster and said, "Well done, good start, keep building," he wrote, sharing that price chart. And here was that post he did. So when it first came out, it was around 8 cents and then shot up to 17. So that's when he got eye of it. But with support from CZ linked with Yeezy Labs and other Binance affiliates, Aster already carries credibility. The community is excited. One user, DEG/Ape, tweeted that Aster is giving me literal generational FOMO at this moment, and Aster should be a no-brainer to ape into. I'm not sure about that. I say always do your research, guys. But multi-chain DEX ready to compete. Aster is a multi-chain DEX with both spot on perpetual markets. The platform runs on the BNB chain, Ethereum, Solana, and Arbitrum, and it also offers advanced features like hidden orders and MEV protection, appealing to serious traders. Now, in just a few months, Aster has seen $500 billion in trading volume, $400 million in total value locked, $50 million in plus revenue, and then 2 million new users. So for comparison, its competitor Hyperliquid has an annual revenue run rate approaching $1 billion. Aster's early traction shows the project has serious growth potential. Now, analysts see big potential. Analysts are already speculating about a 10x rally. Key triggers could include token withdrawals going live and a possible Binance listing and other Tier 1 exchange listings. Digits Capital highlights the main catalysts as 2 catalysts I'm looking for with Aster are 1, obvious Binance listing, and 2, announcement of some type of buyback mechanism from fees. They have accumulated $50 million in revenue thus far, so that's what they're waiting to hear if they're going to be doing buybacks. Now, at $977 million market cap, Aster still trades below its rivals, leaving room to grow. Some are calling it the Chinese Hyperliquid, suggesting the token could reach 15 billion FDV, still smaller than Hype's 55 billion valuation. Now, Hype, the HYPE token, I did knock into it. It is considered a DEX coin out there, but that market cap was way too high. So it's it's going to take a lot of money to inflow into this. So also when I choose altcoins, if I want to try to take the chance on a higher gain, I look for coins with very low market caps, in the 5-10 million. I'm taking some chances on some of the ones I bought. They're already at 500 million. I think I got 2, which is in the low ones. But that's how you can see really quick price movement. So this one is low, but Hype's is pretty high. So again, there's room to grow. So what's next though for Aster? Aster remains in price discovery mode, so volatility is expected. But with CZ's backing and a growing user base and multi-chain capability, the project has eyes on it, and crypto Twitter is locked in on it. So for early investors, the FOMO is real, and I don't know, I'm still thinking it might be... It's got room to grow, but again, it's brand new. There's no tokenomics or history track record behind it, so it's a risk, and you'll be taking a chance on it. So if you do get in this coin, again, it was an airdrop. Usually airdrops dip significantly after its launch. This one defied it. That's not to say that it still cannot dip. And we just got to see what they're going to do. Again, will it be listed on Binance? Are they going to do buybacks of their token to help the liquidity and scarcity of it? Because I'm not sure how many tokens are even created with this drop. But that's what you would really want to pay attention to since there's no track record of this coin yet. But that's what's going on with Aster token, the hype around it, and why it's pumping. Now, what other altcoins? I'm not going to be doing a commercial break today just because there was just little articles, and I'm really just covering all the altcoin space. But what other altcoins are pumping? Sui Network might be doing a nice pump soon because it was just selected as a launch partner for Google's agentic payment protocol. So nice. It's always nice hearing about partnerships that take place in networks. But the Sui network has been selected as a launch partner for Google's agentic payments protocol, amplifying momentum from pending ETF filings and Sui Group's expanded Sui token treasury. So Sui's network has been chosen as one of the inaugural partners for Google's agentic payment protocol, or AP2, which is an open source standard that enables AI agents to autonomously execute secure, programmable payments on behalf of users. According to Mistin Labs, Sui's role in Google's AP2 is to provide fast, secure, and programmable infrastructure for AI agents to make payments autonomously. So yeah, not anonymously, which is hidden, autonomously. So it's going to happen automatic. But payments are the highest leverage action agents that can take. Now, from paywalls to automated purchases, agents need a programmable rails that balance security and automation. That's exactly what Sui plus AP2 enable. Additionally, Sui provides tools for creators and users to interact safely with AI agents. It enables open marketplaces for content access and licensing, allowing creators to control usage and monetize their work programmatically. Man, what are some of these words I can't say? But Sui also supports privacy-first identity solutions, including cryptographic identifiers and context wallets, so users can maintain full control over their data while AI agents act on their behalf. Now, Sui has gained traction on the Sui ETF race. So Sui Group's treasury expansion, like we just heard earlier in the first article about like getting more multi-coin approvals, making it a little bit easier for ETFs and ETPs. So looks like Sui's gaining traction on this side too. So as of September, 2 firms, 21 Shares, and Canary Capital have applied to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for approval to launch the Sui ETF. Now, these applications are currently under review. The SEC has set a final deadline of December 21st to decide on the 21 Shares Sui ETF application. However, some analysts anticipate that the SEC may issue decisions as early as October, potentially aligning approval with other pending altcoin ETF applications. And they would definitely want to get this done in October because I feel like the pumping action is going to be from now to December. And it could roll into the new year too, but if I'm going to take any profits if an altcoin season hits, it's going to be in December, or sooner. Who knows? This is whenever it happens. But Tuttle Capital has also recently submitted an application for crypto ETFs that includes Sui. This ETF, named the Tuttle Capital Sui Income Blast ETF, is also awaiting regulatory approval. Finally, Sui has recently gained backing as Sui Group expanded its holdings to over 100 million tokens out there. So yeah, so a lot of bullish news for Sui out there. What is Sui's even price? I don't think I pulled up a price analysis for it. Let's see. We are currently at $3.96, but let's take a look at Sui's all-time history. So it started off as $1.40 back in September 2023, had a dip, rise back up in mid-2024 or January 2024, had our final little dip for all seasons this past few months, and now Sui's pumping. When did it start pumping? Back in September 18th. No, this was last year's chart. So September 18th, 2024. That's when Sui started pumping. And okay, so I guess I had a little bit. So where was it at in 18? It was at the $1.30 mark. Now it's up to $3.94. So pretty much a 2x from here. So actually, Sui might actually be a good. I don't have any Sui in my bags, but just looking at this chart, I'm like going, do I want to get some now? I always thought Sui might have been too high because oh, wait, that's why. There's still room to grow, but it's like when I see 14 billion market cap up here, it's like if I want to see another 2x, then the market cap should be at 28 billion at that point. So yeah, I always pay attention to the market cap. If it's a high number, it's going to take a lot more money to start pumping that coin even more. So that's a nice little chart going. There's more room for growth. So yeah, Sui can potentially do another 2x, 3x, 4x. Any more than that, I think you would need to be at the $1 mark back here at these charts. So but that's what's going on with Sui. There's a lot of bullish news happening, partnerships taking place, and yeah, I'll keep you posted on what else goes on in there. Now, the last pretty much altcoin, well, no, there's a MoneyGram news article too, but this one is the DYDX Foundation host analysis call with 21 shares highlighting protocol performance. and institutional bridges, and a roadmap. So this coin right here is one that I actually purchased as my decentralized exchange, one of my DEX tokens that I invested in last week. And yeah, it had a little dip after I bought it, but it's kind of back to where it was because all the coins are pumping right now. But I like hearing this news for it, so this is definitely bullish signs for me keeping this coin. But the Zug, Switzerland, September 18th in 2025, the DYDX Foundation today hosted an inaugural analysis call together with 21 shares highlighting a protocol performance, expanding institutional adoption, and forward-looking roadmap. Now, the foundation aligned several several upcoming initiatives aimed at expanding adoption through 2026, including the launch of a spot trading and the introduction of a Telegram-based trading. Now, the rollout of real-world assets perpetuals started with synthetic equity exposure, such as Tesla. Now, simplified onboarding through social logins and one-click buy and stake functionality. The analysis calls also emphasized the recent launch of the 21 shares DYDX ETP, the first listed product to provide regulated exposure to DYDX. As a 100% physically backed product, it requires custody of underlying tokens, reducing its circulating supply while enabling institutional allocators to gain exposure. Now, through familiar regulated structures, the ETP highlights the maturity of DeFi assets and investable products, following a trajectory similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum ETPs. The call also went into DYDX's distinctive design, which combines a validator-hosted order book with low-latency execution and a decentralized resilience rewards distributed entirely in USDC, rather than inflationary emissions and systematic buyback programs that reinforce token value. In addition, protocol improvements such as a designated proposer and the order entry gateway are expected to deliver a centralized exchange-like trading experience and strengthening its performance and ensuring long-term competitiveness. Now, strategic initiatives highlighted that include the $20 million DYDX Surge Incentive Program, an integration with Crypto.com's and on-chain wallet, extending the protocol's potential to reach over 1 million users. Now, the analysis call concluded with a clear outlook that DYDX is consolidating leadership in a decentralized derivative while building institutional bridges with sustainable tokenomics. Now, institutional-grade integrations and a robust retail expansion roadmap, the DYDX enters 2026 as one of the best-positioned protocols in global DeFi. Now, Charles D. Hossie, CEO of DYDX Foundation, noted that crossing 1.5 trillion in trading volume demonstrates how decentralized infrastructure is no longer experimental, but essential. As a derivative-dominated global market, DYDX is showing how this activity can migrate on-chain in a way that is transparent, capital efficient, and institutional-ready. Now, Maximilian Mikkelsen, investment strategist at 21 Shares, commented that decentralized derivatives are now at the very center of crypto activity, consistently exceeding $100 billion in weekly on-chain volumes. With the launch of the 21 Shares DYDX ETP, we are bridging one of the fastest-growing segments of DeFi with traditional markets through a transparent, regulated, and investor-friendly structure. Now, about the DYDX Foundation. The DYDX Foundation is an independent, not-for-profit foundation headquartered in Zug, Switzerland. The foundation purpose is to support the current implementation and any future implementation of DYDX protocol, and to foster community-driven growth in the DYDX ecosystem. About 21 Shares and the DYDX ETP. The 21 Shares DYDX ETP is 100% physically backed and tracks the performance of DYDX, giving investors regulated exposure to one of the leading decentralized exchanges offering perpetual futures. So if you want to dip your toes into some DEX coins, follow my lead. I don't recommend it. It's not financial advice out there. Again, I'm just sharing with you what I do, and I hope you don't do what I do, because again, I'm totally on board for these coins to go to absolute zero. But I do like seeing news articles pop up, getting a little bit more inside information about the coins I've just purchased pretty much. But it looks like there's some good things happening with this token right here. Now, in our final news article, it looks like MoneyGram rolls out a digital payments app in Colombia with USDC support. So MoneyGram taps Stellar and Crossmint for USDC transfer. So bullish signs for Stellar and USDC, even though USDC is just a stable coin. Stellar, on the other hand, But MoneyGram is launching its digital payments app in Colombia, allowing locals to store and transfer US dollar stablecoins as the Colombian peso continues to lose value. The service, powered by Stellar's network and supported by Crossman's self-custody infrastructure, enables users to hold USDC and send it across borders almost instantly. Now say hello to a new way to receive money. Introducing the next generation of MoneyGram app. Instantly receive international transfer real-time notifications. Choose to convert funds into digital dollars for stability, or just withdraw cash at the MoneyGram location. This was a tweet yesterday by MoneyGram itself. Now, according to MoneyGram, Colombia was chosen as the ideal launch market, pointing out that Colombian families receive more than 22 times the amount of money they send abroad. The new service removes the need for recipients to visit physical MoneyGram locations and to pick up cash. Instead, funds can just be stored directly in USDC through the app, offering locals access to more stable currency as the peso has slipped nearly 12% against the dollar since early April. And man, 12%, like if it has slipped 12% and as well as Bitcoin has lost over 10% of its value, like what is that true number then right there? Is it 12% under 10%, or is it 12% of that 10% that it lost in value? So, something just to think about. But let's see, where was I at? 12 cents a dollar in early April. But according to Google Finance, data similarly to MoneyGram has launched an online payment platform called MoneyGram Online in Brazil in 2022, allowing Brazilians to send money internationally via MoneyGram. Now, converting USDC into pesos is still possible. While USDC can be saved or transferred digitally, Colombians will still have the option of visiting MoneyGram branches if they want to swap their stablecoins for pesos and withdraw cash. The company also hinted that users could soon earn incentives on deposits through integrated savings products. The app is rolling out on both Apple App Store and Google Play Store through users, though users must first join a waitlist for account approval. So you can download it, but you won't be able to gain access to it without getting on that waitlist. But competition and wider digital payments landscape, MoneyGram is positioning itself as a service as a direct rival to Western Union, boasting a network of 500,000 retail locations worldwide and claiming more than 5 billion digital endpoints. Now, Bitcoin merchant adoption is in the decline right now. So despite the rise of stablecoin-based services, Bitcoin's adoption among merchants in Colombia is shrinking. Data from BTC Map shows that only 62 merchants currently accept Bitcoin, which is down from 106 in September of 2023. Among the businesses that closed their doors was Mind Crypto, a cafe Medellin, once a popular hub in El Poblado. Medellín's tourist district. Photos posted online in May 24 showed the venue as being dismantled. So, I wonder what was really causing that decline there. Was it that the business didn't have success? Was there a system going on? There could have been so many issues for that. But even though the numbers are down for Bitcoin's adoption, like crypto adoption is booming, and Bitcoin will come back soon for it. Because again, it's not just going to be Bitcoin here in the world. Like Bitcoin's the one you want to hold on to because it's the only scarce asset we have on there. Bitcoin should be in your savings account, or should be your savings account. But again, we're going to have options in the future. So it's not just one versus the other. Like, I want to pay with the US dollar. Or I'd rather pay with Bitcoin. Or I'd rather pay with XRP. I feel like this is my thoughts, like how we're like, because I don't know what the future is, but I feel like in the future, like when everybody's accepting crypto, it just the adoption came to this point. Like in our POS systems we have, you get two options. Do you want to pay with debit or credit or tap your card? But there's three options. I feel we'll have the crypto options added onto it. It's like, do you want to play with USDC or Tether? Do you want to pay with XRP? Do you want to pay with Bitcoin? Do you want to pay with Cardano? Like, I just don't think it's just going to be a one versus all of it. Like, we're living in a world where like, everything's going to be adopted because Bitcoin cannot do it all. So we will need the altcoins out there. But that's how I see the future is going to be heading. So even though Bitcoin adoption or just merchants accepting it in Colombia is down, I feel it will grow again eventually in time. But that is it, though, for all the news I have for you. I want to thank you all for being here. I wonder if I was having any mishap on any live streams. I really do hope not. Let's see. I'm going to check my other channel. Is it good? I don't know. So hopefully those of you on... hopefully we're streaming everywhere. I think zero failed, so we must be online. So sweet. But everyone, I hope everyone has a great day. Let's take a look at a Fear and Greed Index before we take off. We are at still a 51 neutral. I don't believe that. I'm clicking refresh. We are still 51. We were 50 and 51 for the past 3 days. So people are just feeling neutral. But if prices keep going up for all the coins, not just Bitcoin, which is at 117,000 right now, like I feel like we're going to start hitting the greedy territory again soon. And it looks like with the altcoin season chart, though, we're at 74. So people are really feeling that it's altcoin season. Like we're just at the start of it. But yeah, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed the information. Again, none of this is financial advice. If you invest in altcoins, assume you just lost all that money. I'm just being honest with you. If you don't want to take that chance and take on those risks, buy some Bitcoin and hodl it. That will be the safest thing you can do. Bitcoin may have a dip, it might not have a dip. I just know it's being adopted everywhere around the world by institutions slowly taking it on. Companies are taking it on, treasuries. States, governments, and countries are adopting treasuries with it. So if you're looking to preserve your wealth and just hold on to it with some growth still, Bitcoin will grow. Just hold on to Bitcoin. That's your safest bet. But if you want to play on these altcoins, like some of these I named off there and some of the ones that I have, it's just like just assume that's gone forever. But if you want to take the chance with me, cool. But again, I will never tell you what to do. And also just a little forewarning out there, so many scams that happen in the world. Myself, Crypto Sherpa, will never reach out to you, message you on Telegram, WhatsApp, give you a phone call, pretend someone, like those are scammers out there. Even the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, Bitcoin Ben, J-Bos, Amanda, Heidi, just anyone in our community, nobody is going to reach out to you. Even your bank, even when you hear from Coinbase or exchanges out there, they do not reach out to you. So I want to throw that warning out there because I still hear so many people falling for scams, especially those phishing ones, where it's just a quick phone call. They pretend to be someone and then they give up all their information. So just always keep that in the back of your mind too, as you get involved with the crypto space. Scammers are going to be out there, so just do your due diligence not to click on links and emails and messages from social media, Facebook, and don't answer anonymous calls claiming to be an exchange or someone else. Just be safe out there. But everyone, I hope everyone has an awesome Thursday. I gotta get ready for our class today on the illusion of banks and reality of Bitcoin. So I hope I'll see you on there for all of our club members at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. And if you want any more information about all of our programs we offer, go to bitcoinben.io. Or if you need more information, text us at 941-413-8080. And if you want to be a part of our private key capital, the credit union that we have, like I believe I heard Jay this morning say we have 8 spots available. So if you are interested in being a part of the first 100 people, like definitely text this number and go, hey, I would like to be a part of this. Can you get info? So just do that, guys. So everyone have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow. It's Friday. Oh my gosh, this week's going by so fast. So see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.
Tired of jumping through hoops to buy Bitcoin? Frustrated with endless paperwork and invasive identity checks? Introducing Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club's loan program. No KYC required. Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to freedom. Borrow up to $250,000 at as little as 7% interest. Join our community and take control of your financial future. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where privacy meets opportunity. Connect with like-minded individuals and grow together. Visit us today and unlock your $250,000 Bitcoin loan. Your journey to financial freedom starts here.